Hey Padawans, good morning. Have a great Monday. I got a comment on this Los Angeles riots. I'm listening to this interview with Governor Gavin Newsom, and the guy's an idiot. He's blaming Trump for this violence. So, like, he's inciting violence. It's total bullshit. Let me tell you why. Friday and Saturday, the rioters, who were illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, went out to the streets. They got to the building, the ICE building. They attacked ICE when they were driving around. Okay, they painted all sorts of nasty graffiti on the wall there at the federal building. This has nothing to do with Trump. The LAPD failed to protect the area. They tried. They couldn't do it. Okay, and Trump and his administration watched this happen, and on Sunday morning they sent in the National Guard. Not before. So how is Trump to blame for this? Anyway, this guy's lying his ass off. He's like, oh, Trump, it's all Trump's fault because he's the one that sent the National Guard. The National Guard was there Sunday. The riots, the violence, the arrests happened Friday and Saturday. Stop blaming it on Trump. Your mayor, Bass, I watched her interview. Literally, she said that leave Los Angeles, LA alone, leave the illegals alone. We don't want ICE here. Go away. This is what the mayor of LA said. Okay, in many words. They asked her questions. I don't have the media the video when they asked her the questions, but when they asked her, hey, why are you, what did you do? What are you trying to do? And she said, well, we don't need the help from the National Guard. We don't need Trump. We don't need ICE here in LA. So the Democrats, the leaders like Gavin Newsom, okay, and the mayor, and even the cops, even the police, they let these people sit in the freeway. All right, all day yesterday, they're sitting in the freeway. They never confronted them and told them to leave. So these rioters, which they're not protesting it. This was not a peaceful protest. Anyway, I'm listening to this liar. The police, Bass was saying, oh, we don't need their help. We don't need their help. But obviously, I've seen the videos, and if you're smart enough and if you have common sense, you know that LA cannot handle this. So Trump decided, hey, it's a good idea to send 2,000 national troops. And all of a sudden, this is wrong. I mean, this is just common sense. Let's go help California, right? Let's go help these people. Let's send in some troops. Now everybody's pissed off at Trump. Oh, he not supposed to do that. We don't need his help. We don't need the National Guard. We don't need. It's not that they don't need. It's just they don't want. They don't want to deport these people. Okay, they don't want people to get deported. But that's why, at least that's why I voted for Trump. That's why a lot of people voted for Trump, because we don't want illegals running around. And ICE is doing what they're paid to do. This is their oath. This is what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to arrest illegal aliens and send them to Mexico or Salvador or Canada or wherever they come from. But these people with the flags, let me explain something. These people are not Mexican. These people are Chicanos. Chicanos are, and I was talking about this the other day on Richards. Chicanos are kids that grew up in the United States. They're American citizens, okay? But their parents have Mexican heritage. So they don't know if they're American or Mexican. They're confused. They don't know. They have an identity crisis. Okay? So they don't know who they are. So they go out and saying they're Mexican with the flags. Let me tell you, I'm at the border. Okay, I worked construction with illegal people. I know everything about the process of becoming a U.S. citizen. I know people who have become U.S. citizens legally. I know how the system should be working. These people have no idea what Mexico is like. They've probably never been to Mexico. But they're brainwashed. They've been told that they're supposed to stand up for Mexicans, and that's why they're waving the Mexican flag. But these guys are Americans. Okay, when you're an American, that's it. You're an American. You can't be jumping countries, jumping ship. One day you're American, the next day you're Mexican. It makes no sense. Okay, this guy is a clown, Gavin Newsom. He should be arrested. Him and the mayor should be arrested. They don't care about the people of LA. They don't care about ICE agents getting spit on, hit with rocks. They don't care about the property damage, about the graffiti, about the insults, and overall it's just nastiness. It's all very toxic, just like I've been saying. They have these death to America, Viva Mexico bullshit. Half of these people in LA are Chicanos. Chicanos means you think you're Mexican, but you're American. And you pretend to be a Mexican, and you can't even speak Spanish. They're fake as fuck people. Okay, they're just out there, and and I've been watching the footage. It's mostly kids, like guys. It's mostly male guys from like 15 years old to like 25. These are young guys, and like maybe 50% of these people are illegal. That's why they're upset, because they don't want to get deported. What Trump should have done is get more ICE agents over there. Get more ICE, get more Border Patrol. He should have gone, and the Marines. Let's send the Marines in there and get rid of all these clowns. If you're not worthy, if you don't do anything for society, okay, you don't even pay taxes. You're taking advantage of our programs over here, Medicare. Okay, you have fake IDs, fake Social Security numbers. You gotta go. I'm sorry. I don't care if you get upset and you start burning cars, but don't blame this shit on Donald Trump. He did he did an amazing job. This is the first president that has acted. He's tough. He said, let's just. I'm surprised he only sent 2,000. But he's no Biden. Biden didn't do shit. That's why we have this problem, because of Biden. And Trump has to fix this right away. Let's not wait. Let's get these clowns out of the California government, especially the Mayor Bass. That lady is crazy. She's defending the violence. She's inciting the violence, and she even said on that briefing, she said, we don't need anybody in LA. We don't need ICE. We don't need the government. We don't leave us alone. She doesn't want people to get arrested. It's on her. You're stepping in. You're breaking the law. You get arrested. That's basically what it is. Anyway, I can go on about this a little bit more, but it just pisses me off because I'm watching this clown blame Trump. And I hope Trump does something more epic, more like, send in the Marines, send in 5,000 of it if you have to. Okay, shut down LA if you have to. Okay, send in tanks, drones, F-16s, whatever you have to do. Set up a camp. I don't care. But you got to get rid of these people. You can't be doing this shit in the streets. Okay, this is unrest, and the president is absolutely courageous. He's amazing. I can't, a president hasn't done this in a very long time. But Trump just says, fuck these people, let's do it, let's do this. And the Democrats are whining and bitching and crying. That's all they do. They don't do anything. Okay? They don't do anything. I know I've been going for a long time now. But please listen to what I'm telling you. And it's not fair. It's not fair that people are doing this, and people that are in this country, they pay their dues, they worked hard, they're here legally. And the people that come here illegally are dangerous. Let me tell you that, because I know that. I crossed the border. I know all about the border, okay? Let me tell you what happens when you cross the border. Let me tell you. When you cross the border, you need a passport or a real ID with a chip, RFID chip, okay? Radio chip. You need that. And then you have to wait in line. And then when you get to the checkpoint, they scan your car with x-rays. They take a picture of your license plate. They take a picture of your face. Okay, they scan everything in your car. They search whatever. And then when you get to the booth, they have all your information in the computer. So people that cross legally are treated like, I wouldn't say criminals, but when you cross the border, you're x-rayed. That could cause cancer. That's not good for you. Now, they don't tell you that, okay? And you pretty much give away all your rights when you get one of these passports, when you get one of these Sentry cards. You give away all your information to the Border Patrol. And they know everything about you. They know where you work. They know your social security number. They know where you live. Everything. So why, as a good person, as a person that's crossing the border, with all the proper documents, why do we have to go through this scrutiny? And the illegals, they just want to show up and get all this shit for free. It's just not fair. I gotta go. I'm sorry I'm talking about this, but I've been watching a lot of the videos and the footage, and what is going on. I hope Trump gets on Air Force One and he lands in LA today, okay, with about 3,000 Marines, and sets up a camp. Let's just do it. Don't play the games. I know the Democrats are playing the game, the victim. Oh, we didn't, they started this. Trump reacted to the riots. It's just like YouTube. You defend yourself. You do something. You speak out, and you're all of a sudden, the person that started the shit is like, oh, why you coming at me, bro? Why you coming at me? I didn't do anything. It's all documented. It's all on camera. Let me just tell you, there's a few people here that I really dislike. One of them is Evelyn, because she's an ignorant idiot. All she does is share what other people talk about. She never talks about her own ideas. She doesn't have her own personal ideas. Never. All she does is share somebody else's opinion, share somebody else's video, share somebody else's, whatever they said on TikTok or whatever. All she does is she never has her own. I never hear her own words. Never. Ever. A lot of people here are Democrats, and they just don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't understand why we voted for Donald Trump. And this, I hope this makes you understand why there are two sides. One side doesn't want law and order, okay? One side doesn't want that. And that's why they're fighting back. That's why they're panicking. And they're gonna get crazy, and we gotta send them back. And I'm Latino. Half of my family is in Mexico City. Okay? So this has nothing to do about being racist or a white supremacist. I've been accused of being a white supremacist. How am I a white supremacist? How? I gotta go, guys. Let me know what you think about this. May the force be with you. Bye.